And this is what I get for trying to do 3 things at once. I apologize, everyone. Nathaniel is here, Karen is here, Ryan is here. Welcome, welcome. Karen was here before everybody else was. And she said, good morning. Am I alone? People, where are you? Fine, I'll go get coffee. That's what Karen said. Peter is here. What's up, what's up? Peter, Rowan, Karen, Ryan, and myself. Bob Rock is here. What's up? Eric is here. What's up? Am I 3 hours early? Because I was Healy informed. Whatever. Jeff is here. What's up? Hello, folks. At the rehearsal at the moment. I'll have to go very soon. All right. No worries, buddy. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you. And I even want to say thank you to Eric for being here because, Eric, you keep things sporty. All right. Well, let's see here. We have got It Belongs in a Museum, to which you should dutifully reply, so do you, because I do. I'm on the older side of life. Flipside of board games. The sympathy card for my water bottle was top notch. You are welcome. Has the parade started? No, the parade is over already, Eric. Thanks for being on top of things. Yeah, that was just an idea I had. Jesse liked it too, so we went with it. Glad everything got there safely. Very cool, very cool. So do you, Dr. Jones. Brett, what's up? Chris is here. What's up, what's up? Good to see you guys and gals. Appreciate you being here. Nathaniel McInnes, I think I already said hi to you, but just want to make sure. Double check. All right. Freak out. That reminded me of that. Anyway. Anyway, thank you for being here, everybody. All right, in these videos, what we do is I take a couple of older games off my shelves. Not necessarily old games, because what people define as old is different from one person to the next. So I just call them older games. They are not ones that came out in the last couple of years. And we just bring them off the shelf and give them, put them back in the limelight a little bit. And sometimes it'll be games that we talk about on a frequent basis. Sometimes it'll be a game that we haven't talked about in a long time. And that's kind of part of the reason that we do these on Tuesdays, so that we have a little bit more of a circumspect view of the board gaming hobby. And because, that the trend, I guess you could say, the tendency that we have is to always be looking forward. What are the new things coming out? That's what Kickstarter and GameFound, and that's what they always want you to be thinking about, are the new stuff that's coming out. And so we want to try to focus on the older stuff. Now, we are going to break from our recent traditions here, and this afternoon, or rather this evening, 6 o'clock, we're going to be doing, we usually do time-honored Tuesdays, but because of things that I've agreed to do for other people that are running some crowdfunding campaigns, one of those groups, one of those companies is called 3 Nail Games, and they're doing a campaign right now for 2 different games. One is called Are You More Like ... and the other one is called Go for the Krill. I like the play on words there. Go for the Krill. And so we're going to be playing Go for the Krill tonight instead of our time-honored Tuesdays. So I'm going to have a different thumbnail up there and everything like that, so that there isn't any confusion. Go for the Krill is not going to be an older game that we're playing for time-honored Tuesdays. It's going to be something that I agreed to do for 3 Nail Games, and we're going to play their game for them, so that we can hopefully drum up a little bit more support for their campaign. They're a good group of people, kind of a grassroots small publisher, and got to spend a lot of time with them. Well, not a lot, a good bit of time at Origins, and I like them as a group of people. I like them as a company, and so I'm just kind of trying to help them out a little bit. So that's what we're doing tonight. It's a break from our time-honored Tuesdays routine, but don't know if we'll be able to grab 2 of them. That would be best, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how Aiden feels after practice, football practice, and then we should be able to get Dante on it, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But we're going to be doing that. I think it's going to be at least a 3-player game, but it could be just a 2-player game. Just depends on what our kids do. We don't make them do any of these live streams, but we'll just have to see how they feel. There we go. I just realized I forgot to enter last month's giveaway. Bom, bom, bom. And last night was the last night. Wow. Ouch. I hate that, Peter. Oh, well, that's how it goes. Honestly, you don't have room for the massive prize pile anyway. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. October should be Halloween games all month. Nope. You're barking up the wrong tree there, Chris. I am not a huge Halloween person. Honestly, Halloween games for me are Horrified and maybe Final Girl. And that's about it. I don't think that I have any other games. Maybe Darkest Dungeon could be considered. Ghost Fightin' Treasure Hunters would be, I guess, a Halloween game. Scooby-Doo, the board game. Okay, now I'm beginning. Goonies. Goonies isn't really. That's more pirates. That's not really Halloween. That's really about it as far as that's concerned. I mean, I've got Dracula versus Van Helsing over there. But again, beyond the games that I just mentioned, there's Fury of Dracula, but that's probably not on Jesse's radar. We've got Last Night on Earth. We got zombie games, I guess, maybe, but I'm not really a Halloween dude. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I'm confused. So you're going to do Time Honored Tuesdays, right? Not tonight, we aren't. Tonight is not going to be a Time Honored Tuesday stream. We are still going to stream, but it's not going to be an older game. It's going to be a game that's crowdfunding right now. So I apologize for the confusion. Horrified. Your RO Oh, there he is, keeping it spicy. Star Wars Rebellion is a Halloween game, something you play while eating candy. That's all it takes for a game to be a Halloween game, is that you're eating candy while you play it? I don't know about that. Well, obviously, if it's my autobiography, it would be American Monsters, because I'm a monster and I'm American. Lost Cities can be considered nightmarish, so it would count as horror. You are absolutely correct on that, right? Okay, so here we go. What we do to kind of make things a little bit more lively here on these streams is that we are going to be giving you some clues so that you can try to guess what game we're going to talk about before we start talking about it. The person who guesses correctly first will get a couple of stickers and a surprise. If the person who guesses correctly first has already won, then they are going to be able to choose somebody in chat to win a surprise and a couple of stickers. So that's what we're going to do. Ghost Stories. I don't own Ghost Stories, Chris, but that would be a good Halloween game. But I don't own Ghost Stories. I do own Last Bastion, which is the fantasy equivalent of Ghost Stories, but don't own Ghost Stories. All right, so here we go. First couple of clues for everyone to guess. And what I usually do is I tell you the year and then a couple of the mechanisms. Well, this game only has 2 mechanisms. So one is going to be... so I'm not going to give you both of the mechanisms, I'm going to give you one of them. It is worker placement. It's a worker placement game. It was a Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign. So that's part of the second clue. Instead of giving you two mechanisms, I'm giving you a family, which is crowdfunding, Kickstarter, and one mechanism, worker placement, and the year was 2018. The year was 2018 when this game was released. So it is only 6 years old, but that's older. It's well outside of what the cult of the new is concerned about. And that's really what we do here. We try to put the limelight back upon games that may not be experiencing it any longer. All right. So Eric is TI4 back. Well, yes, you are, but we were enjoying your absence. I'm just kidding, Eric. Oh, it's that game. Yep, that one. I don't know about that. I think that's a poor bluff, Terrier Halo. Lords of Hellas. No, Ryan, that is incorrect. A Song of Ice and Fire. No. Origins. No. Missions Red Planet. No. Good guessing, though. Keep it coming. It will finally get there at some point. Robin Hood and the Merry Men. No. Good game, but no. Heavy game, too. Everdell. No, Nathaniel. Incorrect. Never even played Everdell, actually. Not that me not playing it should dissuade you from guessing it, because there are plenty of games on my shelves that I have not yet played. But Government Road Construction Contract. Is that a game? I'm checking now because I'm curious. Government Road. Oh, what was it? I have to look. Government Road Construction Contract. Road construction. Maybe if I knew how to type. Contract. Okay, that's not a real game, Eric. You're not supposed to guess games that aren't, names of games that aren't real. Let's see. Crown of Imar, no. Underwater Cities, no. Did Awakened Realms release a deluxe Stone Age in 2018? No. Worker placement, yes. Oh, I got you. I understand, Eric. I get you. Your humor is elusive sometimes, buddy. Man, he's easy. My Father's Work, no. The Rise of Queensdale, no. Vindication, no. All right, sounds like you guys need some more help. So the second mechanism is network and route building. Network and route building, worker placement. It was a Kickstarter crowdfunding project, and it was released in 2018. So it is a network and route building game, a worker placement game, a Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign, and it was released in 2018. So let's see what you guys have so far. Vindication is still the last one. Flamme Rouge, no, Karen. That is not correct. Keyflow, no, Brett. Ryan! Ding, 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 ding. Ryan got it correct. The Wisdom of Solomon. This is by Funhill Games and Fantasia Games. Designed by Philip DuBarry. He's a good guy. Philip DeBerry for the win. That is correct, Ryan. Very, very good, very good. I have this game and very much enjoy it. I have yet to play it, but as I was looking it up, I was very surprised to see a 7.4 rating on this, on the Geek, 258. So it's definitely within Jess's wheelhouse. On top of that, this has a single player mode, a solo mode. So I am super actually looking forward to this. Might just be Thursday's solo mode game because I need to teach myself how to play. I've never played it. So let me look at the solo mode real quick before we start putting it up on the other angle here. I'm just curious. Uh-oh. Not seeing. There it is. Man versus machine-made cloth bag. A single player will be taking on the bag, referred to as Jeroboam, in a battle of favor. When it is your turn, you will proceed as normal. When it is Jeroboam's turn, you draw a tile or multiple tiles from the bag to see what he does on his turn. That doesn't sound too bad. Normal setup for two-player game, except place 6 shortage tiles on the board. Any shortage tiles, game turn. Okay, this doesn't, that solo mode doesn't look bad at all. Bada bing, bada boom. This is going to be our solo mode game for Thursday. I am committing to it right now. I'm even going to schedule it today, if I remember. All right, so let's go ahead and get down to the table. We will take a look here. All right, I would have never guessed that. Sad that Fun Hill has decided to close shop. Yeah, I know. All of their Christian-oriented games were solid. All right, Ryan, and again, I apologize, I can't remember it. Haven't played it? This doesn't count. Yes, it does. I can't remember if we've sent you anything, Ryan. So if we've already sent you something, you need to pick somebody else in the chat that will be able to receive the prize. If you have not yet won anything, then you just need to email me your shipping information at flipsideobg@gmail.com. Conversely, if Ryan has already won and he picks someone else, the person he picks needs to use that same email address and send me your shipping information. I pick Nathaniel McInnes. All right, Nathaniel. There you have it, pal. All right, let's get down to the table. You guys sort all that out, and we're going to go ahead and get this going. So this is The Wisdom of Solomon, designed by Philip Dewberry, Fun Hill Games, Fantasia Games. And you can see the size of the box, not that big at all. Here is the rule book that we were just looking at earlier. Well, that I was looking at earlier. So you have the game set up there. Actually, component list, game setup, picture of the game setup. And then you have the rules that are here. Traders, the Levites, the foremen. This is a worker placement, network and root building. So end of the year happens down there. End of the game is over here. So we're trying to get favor points. And then here is solo mode. Solo mode is all of 2.5 pages. 2.5 pages of rules, so that doesn't look like it's going to be very difficult at all. And then here is a reference section and credits on the last page. So a brief rule book, not hard at all. Let's see. So this is the board. Looks like a pretty standard worker placement type board. You have spots to go for different things. So all of the different spots can be there. Different places where things will be able to be placed, I believe, resources and whatnot. The different regions that produce different kinds of goods, it looks like. And we have a point track at the bottom and up at the top. So it goes that way and then this way. Interesting. So it looks like 50 points is what's on the board. So, all right. So that is the board. And then we have, looks like worker. These are player pieces. You have purple, red, blue, black, and white. So it goes up to 5 players, I believe. Looks like these are point tracking tokens. They're just cardboard. So a first player marker, looks like. Oh, I bet you these are going to be whenever you get 50 points, you put that in front of you and so forth. Ooh, also has a 100 side, so that's interesting. Different tokens here for resources, it looks like. Nathaniel McInnes has already emailed me. Good job, buddy. Thank you. Then these look like variable. Looks like you're going to be able to do something and you're going to get that many points for it, or you are going to just, where did it, oh, there it is. So it's, you know, kind of that on one side and points on the other. And these are just cardboard as well. Then we have, oh, this looks like the solo mode things that we're going to, you're going to draw a tile out of the bag, and that's what the person is going to do. Don't know what that is, but you get the idea, right? Rehoboam, is that was, or was it Jeroboam? I can't remember. I'm not going to worry about it. Different cards. Some of the, I was looking at some of the pictures of this earlier. One of these dudes looks like a, straight up like a Viking. Gotta show him to you. That guy's kind of close. That guy looks kind of close to a Viking. But that's not the one I was thinking. Let's see if I can find him. Super looks like a Viking. Lumber camp. Look at that dude. Dude was very much a Gentile until he converted. So we have a Jewish Viking in this game. Super looks like a Viking to me. But these are pretty neat cards. Just different, I guess, buildings that you can build. Palace annex, a guild hall, a monument, a blacksmith, a harbor, another harbor with a different one, copper mine, granary, the city gate, stables, foundry, another Viking lumber camp, a few bazaars, a couple libraries, a gold mine. Careful what you guys use that gold for, Israel. Stone quarry, monument, armory, trading post, and another armory. So I'm not fortune cards and building cards. So the fortune cards look like this on the back. And on the other side, they are different things. A little less picturesque, but the artwork is still good. It's just not colorful. And that's probably meant to be so it carries that parchment theme. But looks cool. These look like little special ability cards. So for example, this one says ask for rain, remove one shortage tile from the board, and place a customs house on or adjacent to that location. Has the scripture down at the bottom, the scripture reference. Boastful purchase. Trade any 2 resources for any 4 resources that are not exotic goods. Bought wisdom. This year, anytime an opponent places a worker on a customs house location, they must lose 3 favor. Ugh. That's interesting. Well, I'm looking forward to trying this out. I seriously am. So that goes down there. And then here we have that cloth bag that we're going to use for the solo mode that all of these guys are going to go into, I believe. I don't know what these are. Oh, these are probably shortage tokens, right? Yeah, that's what these are, shortage tokens. And then we have some, I guess, what would be considered lumber. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. That's what these things are. And then we have a whole bunch of different kinds of wooden cubes that are in here. So that's what these are, different colors, I believe, for the different resources. And that's that. That's what's in a box of the Wisdom of Solomon. So all of this just kind of goes back in here, all the different player colors. And boom, boom, boom. Like so. And the board goes right on top there. All right. I am actually very much looking forward to giving this one a try on Thursday for our solo mode. I remember this crowdfunding, but I never got to play it. Matthew Vincent is here. What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Nice clear board. Yep, it is. Not to shill, but I recommend buying from Fun Hill Games while they're still available. I believe they offer free U.S. shipping on their website. Kings of Israel is a great co-op, better than Pandemic in my opinion. I have that on my shelf as well. I have Kings of Israel on Steam, but haven't played it much. Just got here, Glenn says. What's up, what's up? What are we looking at, peeps? We are looking at the Wisdom of Solomon. We were just checking this out, and I made the decision this is going to be what we play on for our solo mode live stream today, this week. So that's going to be coming up on Thursday. All right, so now that Glenn is here, we can do another giveaway so that Glenn can take part if he wishes. All right, so our second game that we're going to talk about today, so Wisdom of Solomon came from the year 2018, just 6 years old. This one, however, hails from the year 2014, so it's 10 years old, but it did receive an expansion in 2017, so maybe you want to count that it is only 7 years old. But the original game came out 10 years ago, 2014, and so a couple of the mechanisms that are involved here are, let's see, which ones do I want to give you? Variable setup, variable setup, and storytelling. Variable setup and storytelling. Those are the two mechanisms that we will get you started with on this next game we're going to talk about today. The year is 2014 with an expansion in 2017. The two mechanisms are variable setup, storytelling. Hit it. All right, just got here. What's up, what's up? Can you guess? Nathaniel McInnes is the winner for our first one. Thank you to Ryan for doing so. Smash Up. No, that's not correct. Tales of the Arabian Nights. You don't know me very well because you would know that I don't like Tales of the Arabian Nights. All right. I'm going to give this one to Peter because Peter, even though you typed it wrong first, you still got it first. So, Deception, Murder in Hong Kong is the correct answer. Well done. It's the only one. Is it really? Is it the only one? Well, happy whatever. Well, that was too easy, I guess. All right, now, I said that this came out in 2014. The original game came out in 2014. The Undercover Allies expansion came out in 2017, but it was a box big enough and fashioned with a storage solution inside that holds everything in the box, which is why I have the expansion box here and not the original game. So I typed terribly. I was confused when I saw that too. Oh, that's funny. I thought, is it really the only answer? All right, here we go. So, Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. This, to me, is one of the best hidden role team-based games that are out there. I super enjoy this. And with the expansion, I think you can take, oh, it says right here, you can take this up to 14 players. So it's one of those games where you are really kind of encouraged to play this game with as many people as you possibly can. Now, as you can see, it has the Dice Tower's Seal of Excellence on here. I believe I was one of the ones that had a hand in giving this game that Seal of Excellence. I really enjoy this game. Not only that, but in 2015, this was nominated for the best party game with the Dice Tower Awards. So it is one of those games that I have really enjoyed over the years. And it also has the moniker of being a game that is really kind of easy on the gateway type games, because it is really a party game. There aren't a whole lot of mechanisms that are going on here. There's a few procedural type mechanisms that have to go on, but really the only person that has to sincerely pay attention to those is the person who's giving the clues, the forensic scientist. And more often than not, you're going to have a experienced person be the forensic scientist running the game anyway. So I know Blood on the Clock Tower is all the recent rage, and I'm not casting any shade there, but I don't think without games like Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, I don't think that Blood on the Clock Tower would be as popular as it is now. There are a lot of similarities between what's going on in this game and what's going on in Blood on the Clock Tower. I think Blood on the Clock Tower is probably a little bit more complex. Now I want to check to see. I'm just curious. Let's do control that and open a new link in a tab. Blood on the Clock Tower is a 3.04. Deception, Murder in Hong Kong is a 1.58. So this has a much easier entry level than Blood on the Clock Tower does. Now, I did play Blood on the Clock Tower twice during the retreat, and I enjoyed it. And anybody can play Blood on the Clock Tower. I'll say that. But understanding how to do well in Blood on the Clock Tower is kind of convoluted. I had people who have played the game so many times giving me advice. None of it was any good. and that's not a disparaging comment towards the people who were giving me the advice. It's just that the advice that they gave me, which it may well be very good advice, I didn't know what to do with it because, you know, it's just one of those things. I enjoyed it. It's very much a social experiment, social deduction, whatever you want to call it. But all that aside, and I'm not casting any shade, I would much rather run a game of Deception, Murder in Hong Kong than Blood on the Clock Tower. Especially if I have a lot of people that are new, because I think it's a little bit easier to grasp. I mean, the complexity rating is 3.04 for Blood on the Clock Tower, and Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, 1.58. So again, I'm not trying to, that's not good English, but you know what I mean. As all the rage. Mother Goose, the late years? No. Let's see here. Let's see. My fam loves Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. Sam, is the expansion worth it? Yes. And I'll show you what we're going to get in here. Might as well be Candyland. Wow. Yeah, so you can understand what's going on, Eric. Even you'll understand it. And you might actually have a chance at winning. So you should be all down for playing this one, Eric. With assistance. Yes, only with assistance. All right, here we go. Down to the table. We're going to take a look at Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. So what we are going to look at here is the fact that, so here is the Undercover Allies section. So this is an expansion, and this is what it comes with. It comes with roll cards, three new roll cards. You have 90 new red clue cards, and then you have 54 means cards. So clue cards and means cards. Then you're also going to get 9 new scene tiles, including 1 new event tile, and then you're also going to get a couple more badge tokens. And that's what comes in the Undercover Ally section, which isn't a whole lot, but for an expansion, it's considerable. So you have a lab technician, and you also have an inside man. So the inside man spreads rumors and is an optional role recommended for games with 8 or more players. The allies phase, the inside man causes one other player to lose their badge token before making a guess. They can choose themselves. The inside man wins if the murderer team wins. The lab technician is an optional role recommended for 7 or more players. During the allies phase, the lab technician may check 1 card in play to determine if it is part of the solution to the crime. The lab technician wins if the investigator team wins. So you get the idea there. So it also has different schemes or schemata for the different player counts for the roles that are given. Then you have a couple of more variants here. You have a variant where there's an unknown location. So that is what comes in the expansion. Then we have, oh wow, it's messy in here. Sorry, y'all. This is what comes in the base game, all of this good stuff. So yeah, there you have it. And here we have all of the cards. Now, the cards are messy, but here you have it. Now, another thing that I have in here is there was a slight difference on some of these different, what's going on here? Consulting detective. Boom, boom, boom. Clever accomplice. There we go. All right, so there was a slight difference in production between these cards. And to the dutiful mind, you might be able to see a difference between one and the other. So one of the things that you could get was a brand new deck of cards that had all of the things. They had all of the things in here, and they were all the same. Okay? So that's what they did here, and that's what this basically is. So this is a combined deck with all of the base rolls, but as you can see, even on here, there's a lot of variation to those colors on the backs, and if you play the same people with the same stuff, you could see those variations. You see that in the back colors, and so they had to fix that, and so they did that with these. So that kind of gives you the idea of why I have so many of these things in here, but I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of the older ones. But here are all of the different role cards. So you have Protective Detail, Consulting Detective, the lab Technician, the Inside Man, the Clever Accomplice, and then there are, let's see, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 investigators. You have the Witness, and I'm sorry, 6 investigators. Then you have the Murderer, you have the Accomplice, and then you have the Forensic Scientist. So each of these roles does different things, but basically what you have here is you have the good guys versus the bad guys. And then you also have these new ones that are in here as well. So you also have a Clever Accomplice. The Clever Accomplice Used instead of the accomplice during setup after the murderer picks the solution in the crime. The clever accomplice points to one clue card and one mean card in front of another player. They may not pick cards in front of the murderer. If a player on the investigator team guesses that exact combination in an attempt to solve the crime, the target is wrongly convicted and the murderer's team wins. So what happens here is that, generally speaking, what's going to happen here is the murderer is going to pick a set of 2 cards. So what's going to happen here is that everybody's going to have 3 of these kinds of cards out here, and then they're also going to have 3 means cards out here. For sale sign, a net, and a controlled demolition. Oh my goodness. So all of the players are going to have this kind of thing set out in front of them. And at the beginning of the game, the murderer is going to pick a combination of one of the players. So it could be something like, the means was a controlled demolition. So that's how the person got killed. But then the lunchbox was something that was left behind at the scene of the crime as like evidence. So if they picked these 2, or maybe they picked these 2, like somebody got staked through the heart with a for sale sign, but there was a lunchbox left behind. It's going to be one of these and one of these. And so the murderer is going to pick one of those things. The clever accomplice, though, if you're using this, he is also going to pick a combination. So there's going to be 2 combinations that are going out there. So the forensic scientist is the clue giver. And the forensic scientist is going to have a bunch of these things out here that, let me see, can I pull that out? Yes, I can. Look at that. Okay, so first of all, there's going to be, you're going to have a location out there. So there's a location that's going to be out there, and that's going to be something that is just information that they'll be able to put out there. All right, and then there's also going to be a cause of death, and then, there's another location of the crime out there. There we go. Then there are a number of different things that are out here. So, for example, there could be there could be something like this, where it is perceived by the sixth sense, or the day of the crime might be an importance. There might be a motive that's available to be shared. What was noticed by a bystander? What did the victim's clothes look like? What was the social relationship between the murderer and the victim? Was it a sudden incident that happened? And so, for example, if this came up, and was it a sudden incident? So maybe if it was caused by demolition, there was something like fire, or maybe, I don't know, loss of valuables might be something that you have put out there. The victim's expression when they were killed. So were they struggling? Were they frightened? Were they in pain? Was it a blank destruction, or was it different? There's all kinds of these different things that could be out there. And so you can see how many of these things out here. You're going to be choosing only a certain number of them. And then you also have these different scenarios that can be put out here to change the way the game plays a little bit. But as you can see, there's going to be a number of these things out there that are going to be clues that the person is going to be putting some of these things on. And why do I have this taped up so well? It's kind of weird. So the forensic scientist is going to be putting these bullets out here, like so, on different clues that will hopefully point people towards Poisoning, accident, severe injury. Maybe it's that, because if we're talking about like, you know, a controlled demolition, that would be considered a severe injury. So it could be a number of different things. So maybe, you know, hopefully that maybe it was a dormitory, you know, a dormitory, severe injury, and it was very dry. I don't know, whatever it might be. There's going to be 6 of these things out here, and he's going to be able to put 6 clues out there. And those 6 clues are supposed to guide people towards what the combination of clues and means is going to be. I so enjoy this game. I have a lot of cool bling for it as well. Here are some different roles that can be used. These are cards that I haven't even opened yet because they were just kind of promos that, you know, I can use or not use. These, I believe, come, or I believe these might be instead of using bullets, you can use these little things to represent the different clues that are being given. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's a lot of cool things. The badges were cardboard tokens in the base game, and I was able to pick up these things, which are pretty cool. And so they're just kind of like metal coin badges that that each player will have instead of those cardboard tokens. And basically what the badge does is it gives you the ability to make an accusation. And so if you still have your, you know, when you make your accusation, you have to turn in your badge, but you get the idea there. So these are pretty cool as well. So I kind of blinged out my copy, and I really enjoy it. But this is a great fun game. Is it soloable? Just kidding. 1.58 might as well. So you can play Eric's. Sorry, I got a call and have to head off. Glenn can have the prize, or whoever hasn't gotten one. I have to watch YouTube video for work, so I'm going to bail. See you later, Luke. Bye, Luke. All right. Well, Glenn, you were chosen by Peter, who was the winner of this one. So, Glenn, I need you to send me your shipping information so that we can get you your stickers and a surprise. All right. So, let's see. I'm going to put all of these in here like so. And then these investigators also have to go in there. Oh my goodness. Where did all of it? There they are. Whatever compass comes out. Alright, so all these are in there. That can go in there. These go in here. Oh, like that. Oh my goodness. I think we'll just put these. They had a lot of different things that were from different countries that were pretty cool. But there's just a lot of really cool stuff in this game. I love it. It's one of the things that I've just very much enjoyed over the years. So it is what it is. But I like these little microscopes that you can use instead of the bullets. The bullets were fun because they were nice wooden chonky bullets, but I like the microscopes. Gosh, why couldn't I remember that? Oh, whoa, whoa. Boom. All right, Get some there. I think I'm going to get another. I don't like that. I'm going to get another. I'm going to get another baggie. Another baggie. That looks like a good one. Yep, that'll fit it. I'm going to get another baggie. Because this one doesn't have a Ziploc, it just has a sticky one. I don't trust it. So, bada bing, bada boom. Forget about it. This could take a while. No, it's not going to take a while. I'm done. So, that's pretty much it for Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. This is a great, fun game, and I super enjoy it. Now, if you buy the two different things, there are some differences in card finish and stuff like that, but for the most part, it doesn't matter. Like, for example, let me see, I just had a couple here that were pretty different. So you can barely see the difference, but there is a difference between like these two cards and these two cards with the linen finish. The linen finish is very pronounced in these two and not as pronounced on the other two, and those just came from different sets. It's not a big deal because they're just sitting on the table and they can be readily seen by everybody. So it is not a big deal. All right, let's put all of these together. Those are together, and then we have. All right, these are all that. So all of let's see, the cause of death, location, and then all of these things. Very cool. So that just goes kind of right there. These kind of go right here. And these can just be put, matter of fact, these can be put in there like that. These can be put in there like that. Look at that, it's so nice and neat. Let me go ahead and show that to you, because this is one of the other things that is cool about the expansion. It has a place for everything to go. All of the, and this is base game and expansion. So it's everything in one box. And that's a cool thing. And make sure, yep, that's top to bottom right there. And then there we go. That was Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. Microscope. I know. And Wisdom of Solomon. So those are the two games we talked about today. They are, well, I haven't played this one yet, but we're going to rectify that on Thursday. This one I can highly recommend. And I mean highly, highly recommend. This is one of my favorite deduction games. If you like Blood on the Clock Tower, this might seem easier to you. Definitely mechanically speaking, it's easier. But how all the different rules work and all that, that's less complex as well. But this is in that same alley, just on different ends of the spectrum as far as how difficult it is to play. Super love this game. This one, I haven't played yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to like it. I like worker placement. I like network and route building. And I'm a theme of Christian themed games, so, or rather biblically themed games. So that is that. Nathaniel McKinnon says, I want to try Wisdom of Solomon. Look forward to the play. I do as well. All right, so let's see here. Glenn, you need to email me at Flipside, OBG, at gmail.com. So go ahead and do that, if you would, please. And then I think I've already heard from Nathaniel. So that's a good thing. But we are at our hour time limit. That's about as long as I like to take with these. because I do have some other things to do. I'm going to be recording my list of 20 games, 5 of which are demos, 15 of which are going to be for sale at Essen. Those are the 20 games I would be looking at if I were going, but I am not. Which is actually a pretty cool thing, because while I am going to miss seeing a lot of my friends and co-workers in the industry, I am very much looking forward to just having a normal week, getting to watch my son play football. Jesse is going to be getting baptized this weekend. We've got a couple of hockey games this weekend. We're going to be celebrating my son's birthday this weekend. There's a lot going on. Did not want to miss it. So I'm going to miss being at Essen, but it ain't because I'm going to feel like I'm missing out. Anyway, I did put together a list. I'm going to be shooting that and editing that later on today. I'm also going to be shooting and editing a review for the Dice Tower that's going to go up tomorrow. So both of those videos are going to be going up tomorrow. One's going to be here. My Essen list of 20 games is going to be going up here tomorrow. And then my review of Star Wars The Clone Wars is going to be going up on the Dice Tower tomorrow as well. So you can go check those out. Come back later on tonight for Go for the Krill, a card game that is actually kickstarting right now. So you can go check that out. I'll have a link to that video, to that campaign in the video tonight, but be on the lookout for that. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care now. Bye-bye.